As a reminder, please mute yourself unless you're testifying before the division. Please ensure that your audio and video are both functioning. Good morning. This is a hearing before the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing for the City of Boston. Today is, oh gosh, what day is it? Thursday,
September 8th.
Thursday, September 8th. Thank you. 2021. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. With us today is Executive Director Joyce and myself, Rebecca Fu, Director of Operations, Lieutenant Detective Troy, Sergeant Detective Gallagher, Detective Hernandez. This hearing will be recorded and posted to the City of Boston website. I will read the agenda items into the record, after which I will ask who is present on behalf of the licensee and who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department. I will then ask if there are any individuals present who have knowledge of the alleged incident on the specific date. I will then swear in all parties. After that, the police report will be read into the record. The licensee or the representative will have the opportunity to make a brief statement regarding the alleged incident, followed by questions by Executive Director Joyce. We have two items today, calling item number 1. Patella and Palmetto Corp. doing business as Montien at 63 Stewart Street. The incident report number is 059702. The date of the incident is August 14th, 2022 at 11:55 p.m. The incident is premise providing DJ music not on the entertainment license. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
My name is Sasi Vimon Chamnankit.
Okay. And who will be testifying on behalf of the police department?
I will be.
Detective Hernandez. And are there any individuals who have personal knowledge of the incident that would like to testify?
Yeah, that would be me. There's with Auto Chamnankit.
Otto. Okay. Can all individuals please raise their right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Yes,
Thank
I do.
you. Detective Hernandez, if you can proceed with the police report.
Good morning. I'll be reading from a police report, which I wrote on Sunday, August 14, 2022. Assigned Detective Richard Gallagher and Detective Eddie Hernandez assigned to the BPD licensed premise unit conducted a licensed premise inspection of Montien Restaurant located at 63 Stewart Street in Boston. While inside the restaurant, detectives observed there was a disc jockey providing music. Detectives noted that the establishment's entertainment license did not provide for this type of entertainment. Detectives brought this to the attention of the person in charge, Mr. Widid Chamnankit. Mr. Chamnankit stated that he would immediately bring the establishment into compliance. As a result of what detectives observed, Sergeant Detective Gallagher issued license premise inspection 059702 for DJ entertainment taking place without approval of the City of Boston Licensing Board. Mr. Chamnankit signed for and accepted the notice. So
Thank
And
you,
Miss-
Detective. Go ahead, Rebecca, sorry.
Oh yeah, Miss Cham, sorry if I'm butchering your last name, Chamnankit, would you like to make a statement?
Yeah, just say. So I was there that night. Just like the officer said, as we try to, build up our night business, and as I talk to him, and we get the promoter, which is Mr. Austin, and we first talked that we know that we not supposed to have the DJ in the house, and I kept telling my crowd manager and the security out front that we're not supposed to do it. And once the night going on, we all came in with everything set up, and I don't want to blame anyone. It's just me that I should have stayed stronger. That's it. You know what? If this is you guys coming, we're gonna have a problem. And they came with the DJ without let us know at the beginning. And when we first said we're gonna have the event, and then once the event start, we saw that he brought in a DJ, and that's the time that the officer came. We probably have the client in the house and the 4 or 5. That's all, and we just stopped right away. And we knew that without the DJ license, we cannot have DJ in the house, even the private party.
Mr. Chan, what is your role at Montian?
I am the manager and partner owner.
Okay, so who's Sassy Wimmel?
Me.
What is your role? Are
She's
you the
manager.
manager?
Owner.
You're the owner.
Yes, please.
So
And
Rebecca,
manager of record. She's manager of record as well.
So she's the manager of record, which means she's ultimately responsible to ensure that the rules and regulations of the entertainment division and the licensing board are followed. So Mr. Cham, you're saying here today that you knew it wasn't allowed, but you allowed it anyways?
We told the promoter, yeah, that we're not supposed to have it. And when we have, I said, if it's the private party, they said it should be okay. I don't want to blame them because at the end of the day,
Oh,
it's
I'm not
the-
blaming them. You're responsible.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you understand that this is
Party.
looked at very seriously in the eyes of the board. You did not have permission to have a DJ. And you had one anyways.
Yeah.
I-
Ultimately, it's your license. So like you could,
That's-
even though you only have a non-live license, like we can, pull that back and then you have no entertainment. Who is this promoter? What's their name?
His name is Austin. I don't have his card, but we call him Austin. He's just started up with the customer, and he said, okay, he's gonna help us build the late night business, and set up the event party, private event. And then when we first talked, we said, hey, you see, I put the entertainment license, show him that we could do the music, or you could do the late night, we could turn on the music, we can sell the liquor, but not the DJ. But as the next thing we got in with they are in charge of the house.
Okay. And you are in receipt of our email to you on August 9th regarding amending your license?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you in that process? What's
On
the,
the,
of
on-
amending your license? Have you talked to ONS?
it's just the first step that we did bad. We this is what I'm trying to say. We try to build up the late night business, and then if we still want to do, because we thought that DJ might be the might help pick up the business, but
Yes.
and then if you guys still give us that, we will do it correctly.
Okay, so putting aside your violation in the DJ you had without permission, I'm asking you to let me know where you are in applying for a DJ to add it to your license. What steps have you taken? Where are you in the process?
I have speak to the
Chulon.
his so much, Rebecca.
Okay,
We will have the meeting also, I believe the Zoom meeting on 14th, next Thursday.
Okay.
okay,
Okay, yeah. So you do have a live entertainment license, so it's, you don't have to go through the zoning process. Just make sure you complete your neighborhood process, and then we can move forward and add the DJ so you don't get these violations. You do have a license for like bands at your premise, so I know you want to build your nightlife, you can do that. You have a license for it. So until then, definitely don't use a DJ without at least a one-time entertainment license. And until
So-
you've met with the neighborhood.
I know you applied for a one-time entertainment license with Captain Chicolo after you received this
Yes,
violation notice. So
I
that
did.
is what you should, he asked us to hold off on approving that until we had this hearing. And
Yes,
the purpose of this hearing is to talk about that violation, but to also make sure you're following the proper steps to get a DJ added to your license. And you're telling us today you're working with Chew, correct?
right.
Okay, so it shouldn't take as long as you wanted to go through zoning, but if you intend to use a DJ between now and when you have it added to your license, you're gonna need to fill out the one-timer.
Yeah, just can I have a quick question on that?
Yes,
Look like this promoter, they're gonna come at us hard, you know, they're gonna do like couple times a week, or even we're gonna ask for the one-time DJ. How many times that we could ask for, you know, a month or a week? I just want to be like, you know, all yeah, want to build up the business, but every time when they come at us, they said, hey, you guys should do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, and then if we ask for one time, can we do 4 times a week, or is it too many? I just want to do the line. I don't want to be
I think we should start with once a week.
once a week.
Then
Okay.
you can build on that. We'll see how that goes.
And just if you plan on doing many days, make sure that's worked into your community process. So any abutters, they
Yeah.
know about it, because they might say, oh, we're only okay with 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and then we'll
Originally,
go from there.
sure, Greg, I'm so sorry. Originally, we just want to do band one night and only one night for DJ. But when it comes to DJ, they want to take over more than twice a week. But okay, I know that why I'm gonna stay with one day a week, maybe Saturday or Sunday night.
Yeah, you want to build a track record with the community and with the police and with us. So let's
Sure.
start with once a week and see how it goes.
All right.
And just remember, you're ultimately responsible for your license. So no matter what a promoter wants to do, you own the business. It's your license. You should, manage
When you
the
when you work
promoters.
with that promoter, would you please share his contact information with us?
Yeah. I could just I'll email. All I have his only his phone number and his Instagram account.
Okay.
That's what the profile that he in the business. Yeah, I will email that to Rebecca, which is
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Is there any other individuals that would like to testify? Okay. We will move on to our next item, item number 2, which was rescheduled from August 23rd. Inshallah Inc., doing business as Crave, 128 Brighton Avenue, Alston, Mass. 02134. Offense, we have a few reports. Report number 1 is 0443342. Date of incident, July 30th. July 30th, 22 at 10:02 p.m. Premise providing DJ music not on entertainment license. And then there's a report for later that night. Violation 222057242. July 30th at 1:38 a.m. DJ set up with a large open area for the dance floor. There was a supplemental report added to that for clarification, and it stated that observed individual packing up DJ equipment, not playing music. And then report number 222057705, date of incident July 31st at 5:51 p.m. Premise providing DJ music not on entertainment license. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Morning, Ms. Fu, Director Joyce Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the applicant. With me this morning is Sue Chang, who's the owner operator. Good morning.
Okay, and good morning. Who will be testifying on behalf of the Boston Police?
Good
I
morning,
can-
Sergeant. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sarge.
Sergeant Detective John Fitzgerald, also here with Detective Hernandez as well, who was just speaking.
Okay. Detective Hernandez.
Lieutenant Detective Troy if necessary.
Okay,
Detective Gallagher if necessary.
Are there any individuals who have personal knowledge of the alleged incident that would like to testify as well? Okay, can all individuals please raise their right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I
I do.
And do.
Okay, so the officer who wrote 0443342, July 30th, if you'd like to proceed with the report.
I'm sorry, Rebecca, if you could just give me that number again. It's
I think
Yep.
that's Sergeant Gallagher and Detective Hernandez.
I think we have the first one. On Saturday, July 30th, 2022, Sergeant Detective William Gallagher and Detective Eddie Hernandez assigned to the BPD licensed premise unit responded to Crave Olson to deliver a licensed premise violation hearing notice. As detectives entered the establishment, detectives observed there was a disc jockey providing music. Detectives were aware that the entertainment license did not provide for this type of entertainment. Upon reviewing the restaurant's licenses, certificates, and permits, detectives also noticed there was no current inspectional service department certificate posted. The display certificate had expired on November 30th, 2021. Detectives brought this to the attention of the person in charge, Ms. Susan Chang. As a result of what detectives observed, Sergeant Detective Gallagher issued license premise inspection 043342 for no current ISD certificate posted and for premise providing DJ music without being authorized by the city of Boston entertainment license. Ms. Chang signed for and accepted the notice. That's all for that first one.
Director, do you want me to question or have any questions individually on these, or should I wait till the end?
Are they different incidents or the same date?
I'm a little confused, quite frankly.
So
There's-
there's a few reports. For July 30th, there's two, one at 10 PM and one later at 1:38 AM. The 1:38 was written,
I can read that one if you like.
Okay, why don't we read that one in now,
Okay,
then we'll
yep.
talk about that date.
This report is from July 30th and states as follows: about 12:12 a.m. on Saturday, July 30th, 2022, Officer Huda Miles and Michelle on site at a fight at Crave Restaurant, Dalston. Officers observed staff members removing a patron who was belligerent and screaming. The unknown party appeared to be intoxicated. Officers overheard patrons talking about a female being hit while inside the restaurant. Patrons and bystanders on scene were uncooperative with officers when inquiring what had taken place prior to her arrival. Inside the restaurant, the DJ was set up with a large open area in the restaurant stands floor. Victor 929 Sergeant Johnson responded and issued a code 35. And then there's a supplement to that report, which reads as follows. The supplement is added for further clarification of the original report. On arrival, officers observed the DJ with a fold-up table in the middle rear of the open floored area within the location. On the table set up, officers observed a record deck along with sound mixing technology and speakers. Officers did not observe the individual to be playing music at the time of their arrival, only observed an individual packing up equipment. And that's the extent of the supplement.
Why don't we, Attorney Quilty, why don't we go forward with the July 30th reports, and then we can move on to July 31st with. Sergeant.
Thank you, ma'am. That makes sense. Thank you very much. Detective Hernandez, if I may, just on the initial report, your inspection notice indicated that management cooperated with you.
Yes, sir.
So they ceased utilizing the DJ equipment, et cetera, while you were there.
Eventually, yes.
But you did indicate they cooperated.
Yes, yeah, they did, but it took a little while and there was a whole bunch of other little incidents that happened along while we were there, but yes.
Okay, all right. But with regard to the DJ element, they were cooperative in terms of ceasing the music.
Yes,
Okay, thank you, sir.
you're welcome.
And if I may, and I know Lieutenant Detective Troy, you read the second incident report into the record. You obviously were not there.
I was not.
From the reading of it, especially with the supplemental, it appears basically the same night, I suppose. And in the second instance, it appears as though there were calls for an A and B or some other such thing, and the equipment was there but not in use. Is that right?
I believe that from my understanding of events, this was the morning of Saturday, and Detective Hernandez and Sergeant Gallagher were there on the evening of Saturday. So this was Saturday morning, Friday night into Saturday morning, when there was an altercation. And then later the same day, Detective Hernandez and Sergeant Detective Gallagher were
Okay.
there also.
But on your report, if you will, the one you
Yes.
read, it does appear, does it not, that when they arrived, the DJ equipment was broken down and folded up. Nobody was playing or performing it.
It was being broken down, it appears. It says on the supplementary report, it said that the speakers and technology for the sound mixing equipment was still there, but somebody was dismantling it.
Okay, and it goes on to say officers did not observe the individual to be playing music at the time of their arrival.
No, they didn't hear the music at all, no.
And further said only observing the individual packing up the equipment.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lieutenant Detective. I have no further questions.
Attorney Quilty, do you have more you want to add, or?
Well, do we want to go into, there's one more, I think, which is Detective Fitzgerald's report.
Well, I have a couple questions about
Okay.
the.
And then if you want me to, I would only say, I mean, Ms. Chang is here. This was clearly erroneously done, improperly done by ownership. And she would like to speak to that. I do want to indicate, I am told in any event that the ISD cert has now been corrected and issued and is in place at the establishment. That was a missing document on the first incident. But again, I mean, Ms. Chang understands that she was not licensed for a DJ. I can tell you that I am informed that I believe that since this incident, they have not been utilizing or allowing any such activity. I know in the past they have applied on occasion for one-day licenses. Ms. Chang can speak to why in this instance she did not do that. But this was wrong. She admits it, and again, would like to just be heard when the appropriate time comes.
She can speak because
do
I have a
so.
couple questions regarding this, so.
So would you like to hear from her now, Director?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Sue?
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Hi, yeah, I'm so sorry that we made the mistake of allowing to book events for with DJs. But it happened at a point where when these two groups that came to us to try to book the events, it was less than a week to go. And I knew that in the past, when we applied for one-day licenses, that it requires up to 2 weeks, that I wasn't confident, or I knew that we wouldn't be able to get it. And we took the risk because it was end of the month and we needed to pay rent. And these bookings, I set a limit where it's guaranteed that the crowd would have to spend this much, or else the hosting groups would go ahead and make up the difference. So I know it was wrong, and I'm really sorry we did it. Thereafter, we've stopped, and we've told any groups that want to try to book with us to have their DJs go ahead and make pre-mixes, and then we play it off of a laptop, because all the groups have wanted to book with us because they know that we have a pretty good sound system. And for the past month, we've cut down on more than, I think we've only had like 3 events where, yeah, we played with the DJ mixes and we haven't been getting the crowds, but like it's safer and we're staying within what our license allows us to do. And we're in the process of hoping to either apply for multiple one-day licenses until we're able to get through zoning, where we can hopefully try to apply for an annual live entertainment.
If, Madam Director, if I may just add, I'm informed by another partner of Ms. Chang that an ISD application for permission to change to allow the live entertainment has been filed with ISD. So we obviously will go through that process of filing an appeal and going through the neighborhood services review et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully there's an avenue here to get into the proper system and come back before you and request properly this use.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to first ask Detective Hernandez. You testified that they were cooperative, but then you mentioned that they didn't turn the DJ off right away, perhaps.
Yes, I mean, there was a little bit of an altercation happening when we went down there for that, so. I mean, eventually they did. It wasn't like it took forever, but they did eventually cooperate.
So Ms. Chang, let me just explain to you what happens on our end of processing these applications. We ask for 2 weeks because we are absolutely crushed by last minute applications. So on top of that, I'm not sure you do, but on top of that, someone who has violations before us and who might be viewed as a bad actor, we're not going to make exceptions. What I hear in the office is this person knows better. So if you know better, you should have your applications in on time. I understand you may not know that a DJ is going to perform within 2 weeks. So I suggest to people, apply ahead of time. If you decide not to have a DJ that day, we can pull back your license. It's next to impossible for me and my staff to process these applications with hours of notice. So you're going to have to do a little business management on your end and determine what weekends you want to have DJs, whether or not you have a promoter and a DJ lined up, and apply for them within the correct window of time. We get these at 4:30 on Thursdays and Fridays. People jam them through, they try to apologize, and we cannot accept that anymore.
I'm really sorry. I wasn't aware that unless we had an event booked, that I could pre-apply without an
Yes.
event. I had no idea, because in the past when I have applied, it was only when I allowed events to happen when I knew there was ample time to apply.
We
I
don't
never-
ask you for the name of the DJ, we just ask you whether or not you're having.
Yeah,
a
I never knew that we could pre-apply even if we didn't have anything planned and the permit could be pulled. I didn't know, like, until after these incidents happened, and I emailed and I asked Rebecca if it was possible.
So we have a couple categories of people. We try to help everyone. But when
Thank
someone
you.
really does not know the difference or doesn't know better, we do try really hard to jump through hoops and help them. When we have people who repeatedly apply late, I'm not saying that's you, we are not allowing them to go forward anymore. Our staff is crushed with the amount of requests we have.
Okay.
So you're going to have to organize yourself a little bit better and fall within the 2 week window.
Okay, that's why we've been asking groups to use premixes, and we just play it off of,
There you go.
And it also, like, just for the application, like, say if you know potentially every Friday, Saturday, or whatever day on your
Yeah.
one-time app, you can write Fridays and do a whole range.
Yeah,
Give
I
us to
didn't,
that ahead. Yep.
I
And
just
then
realized.
if you don't have it, just email us immediately, then we won't charge
Okay.
you, or like we'll, credit. We don't like crediting towards
Oh.
another event, but yeah.
Okay.
We will
Oh.
apply. it
We
towards a
try to
future
work with
event.
everybody.
Oh, I wish I knew that a lot sooner. I wish like
Yeah.
I would have applied when we thought like taking on events is what's keeping the business afloat right now. Like I really wish we
And
knew
we
that.
understand that. That's why we're working really hard and we are making
Thank-
exceptions, but I have to draw the line somewhere.
Thank you.
Okay.
Um,
And shall we move on to the next report?
Yeah, we'll move on to the next report.
Or Sergeant Detective Fitzgerald.
I believe Lieutenant Troy is going to read that.
Oh,
report. I don't
okay.
have it in front of me.
So just reading from a report authored by Sergeant Detective Gerald, reads as follows. On Sunday, July 31st, 2022, Sergeant Detective Fitzgerald, Detective Rutherford, and Detective Haran responded to a report of a possible license premise violation of 128 Brighton Ave, Alston, Crave. As detectives entered the establishments, detectives observed that there was a disc jockey providing music. Detectives were aware that the entertainment license did not provide for this type of entertainment. Detectives brought this to the attention of the person in charge, Ms. Susan Chan, and instructed her to have the disc jockey to cease playing. They all complied with the detective's request. As a result of what detectives observed, Sergeant Detective Fitzgerald issued a license premise inspection notice providing DJ music without being authorized. Ms. Chen's signed for an accepted notice, and that's the extent of the report.
Attorney Quoth.
Yes, I think this is a continuation, if you will, of this couple of bookings that she had made, and I think as explained, erroneously, wrongfully made these and had a situation where, again, this is literally the last day of the month. She's under tremendous financial pressure, trying to make her rent, understands that it's inappropriate, shouldn't have been done. And again, all at this point we can do is offer apologies and suggest that this will not happen. She will properly apply for her licensure going forward. And I mean, Ms. Chang, anything else to add? I mean, it seems as though it's like a continuation of really a weekend of events that you had scheduled. And I think we've explained as best we can what happened here. No real excuse for it, but she understands exactly what needs to be done going forward. And we thank you for that.
Just one question, Sergeant Detective Fitzgerald, was she cooperative when you went in and instructed her to stop the DJ from playing?
Yeah, I spoke to, I forget his name, but the initial doorman, and he got Susan right away. And I basically said, we had this weekend, what's going on? And she did explain that, financially it's tough, and she had them booked. It was a Sunday afternoon event. They were ending soon, and they did have the DJ dissemble, and we went back and forth. I actually just spoke to Sergeant Gallagher or Detective Hernandez on the phone that day, and I just made sure that, anyways.
Oh, he broke up on me.
They kind of did that. I said, you got to get this straightened out because.
Did
Okay.
anyone get that? He broke up on me.
Yeah, it sounds like he asked them to get straightened out. He had been in conversation with
Okay.
detectives earlier from the licensed premise unit. So Ms. Chang, we appreciate the fact that of what you're going through financially. So I want to ask you to work with our staff and take a look at your.
Yeah, she was cooperative.
Take a look at what you think will be upcoming for September and email us, and we'll help you get the proper licensure. If you decide you're not going to have those events as it gets closer, you just have to notify us and we will credit your account. Or Rebecca will work with you on that. That way you're properly licensed and you're good to go, and you don't have to worry about taking a risk of not getting written up, because we can help you if you give us the information with enough time.
Yeah, because right now, all the events that I have, it's just like for October, and anyone that they end up asking us within a week, we just ask them if we can play off a laptop. You give us DJ mixes, because we have really good like subwoofer bass systems.
Okay.
And so far, the two groups, they've been okay with it. We've had like 2 events since. I mean, it's really the daytime brunches where we can just, because we're not even open for dine-in, we'll only take out right now.
Okay,
So
okay. So whatever we can do to help you with that, we don't want you to feel stifled by the fact you haven't finished the other process, but we just need the
Okay.
information
thank you so much.
within 2 weeks, so we can properly process them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Madam Director and Ms. Fu, thank you very much. And your office does help folks all the time, and we certainly appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And that concludes today's hearing.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.